Those like TV, man. Back again. New setup. I hope y'all like it. You know what I'm saying? It's real. And man had to, change spots and all that there. But today's subject, man, what I'm speaking on is how to become your best self so you can attract your best self. It's that simple. Y'all gotta excuse me. I'm day 3 of this latte. Oh yeah. I haven't eaten or drinking water in 3 days. Y'all thought it was impossible, huh? See how much y'all trust these high schools and all the pseudoscience they teach y'all? I know, right? Yeah, exactly. But anywho, they got people that can do that for 20 days at a time. You think we'll die for 1 day and not eat? See how that goes? But anywho though, back to the subject. How to become your best self? It's very simple. Remove trauma. Just remove trauma. You notice when you were a virgin, you go into relationships without expectations, and everything is bliss until you learn what's what, and then you get into another relationship, and then it's like you're not doing what the last guy did, or you're not doing what the last girl did, and then you get disappointed in your own expectations that you place in another person, whether they know it or not. Yeah, it's that deep. We build these expectations based off previous programming. That's what we can consider baggage. At the end of the day, it's baggage. It's baggage. If I come into something with the expectation that you're supposed to be a certain way, I'm coming with baggage. Because everybody operates different. Many people can do the same thing for different reasons. This person can do one thing and it be beneficial to your life, and this other person can do the same thing and it be detrimental to your life. You get where I'm going with this? So I say all that to say, you have to become your best self to attract your best self, because at the end of the day, we attract ourselves. You attract your soul. And if you don't attract your soul, you attract your ego. Before you get into any new timeline, keep in mind you're at a crossroads with that Venn diagram and you're in the middle of that Venn diagram. Let's pretend there's 2 circles on the other side of my hand. And they come together. You're in the middle of a Venn diagram. That is a crossroads. You can put a cross right in the middle of that. So every time you get into the state of getting ready to enter a new timeline with a new woman or new man, you will be either met with opposition from all your exes. That's why many people get in relationships and all their exes start hitting them up. Because they're breaking that second wall. And that second wall is still part of the old timeline. You see where I'm getting at? I want y'all to think for a second. I want y'all to really use your head and get in that think tank. I want y'all to really, you think from a high perspective for what I'm saying right now. We breach timelines. We are the center of time, therefore we are the dot in the middle of that Venn diagram, which is those 2 circles that overlap each other. If we're completely in one timeline, the old one dissipates. But that wall, which is that circle, is the barrier that you have to breach to enter a new timeline. Now, I say all that to say, you attract yourself or you attract your ego. So let's say you're in the middle of 2 circles. One is in alignment with the soul being of your desire, and the other one is aligned with the flesh being of your flesh's desires. Depending on which side of yourself you feed the most, your ego or your true self, your flesh's desires or the desires of your soul that will better suit you, will determine which circle you breach into. Most times when men encounter women, we encounter women of 2 different types. We always have a choice, don't it? Or at least in my reality. And with these choices, one of them is going to look pleasing to the eye. That's going to soothe the desires of the flesh. If you're leaning towards your ego and your selfish desires, your flesh desires, you will lean toward this woman that will fulfill your flesh but siphon the light of your soul. But if you are feeding yourself and you're trying to build yourself, and self is soul, and you're trying to build your soul and make your soul to rise, and you're in this crossroads, you will lean toward the one that fulfills your soul, that'll make your soul rise instead of sink, that will fulfill the desires of your soul, and by way of your soul, even fulfill the desires of your flesh, leaving you fulfilled, drinking the water that doesn't leave you thirsty again, versus drinking the water that will always leave you parched. Many people have to water fast. Many people have to detox. See, what stops us from receiving these women as virgins, as men, is housing all the traumas that came from other women. You will always find an individual that's in alignment with your trauma. This is called trauma bonding. You're not chasing your traumas. You're trying to overcome them. You meet people and vibe with people based on the same mutual spirits you house. Therefore, every individual, whether relationship or not, is in some form of alignment with yourself and the spirits that you house within you. Within your house of El. As in the El being the light of the soul and your house being the temple, the flesh. You want to always remain in alignment with your soul. So you always make the right choices with discernment. Don't become disciplined by your astrological sign. Move as the soul, the 13, the sun that travels the constellations and not just the constellation. But keep in mind that these placements are still placements for a reason. These are the consciousness of the stars that you house in your consciousness. When you detox from all low energies, you attract beings that don't house trauma. If you can detox your traumas and become trauma-free, you'll attract trauma-free people. Men are complaining that the dating pool is this and that. All these women traumatized. No. It's a lot of women you've never seen before. Outside of social media. That are just waiting for you to get yourself together. Get your shit together within yourself and your being. Get your self-discipline right. And all these different things. Just so you can achieve these types of women. In the Bible it even says, a good woman is like a crown to a king. You get crowned when you move as a king. Or you can move as a peasant and get treated like one. That's when the crown heavy as the head, holding the crown, same thing that lifts you up, brings you back down. Yeah, you know that phrase? I want y'all to think, man, it's deep. People need to realize that you attract yourself. And in these crossroads, a lot of times these crossroads will come as a result of a retrograde. What is a retrograde? You know how the planets go on a retrograde and each deals with different astrological aspects of your physical life? Okay, so break down retrograde, the past, and you're being graded by it. Based off your grade, you get a reward, or what could be considered a punishment. If you kicking puppies to pass retrograde, you get graded by that. You get the same puppy kicking treatment to yourself in another form. If you giving love and you graded by that, you will receive love. What you put out, you create, and it comes back to you. In other words, you reap the seeds that you sow. Many people, like, especially in today's day, sow so many seeds that are poison, and then when they're reaped, they'll cry about it and blame everyone but themselves. That's the ego that does that. That's these alphabet groups that's promoting that type of energy. Energy is a spirit. There's a spirit amongst that group. I want y'all to think, and you really use your think tanks. If I'm burdened by trauma, I will only attract trauma bonds. I will only attract people that's burdened by trauma. Your environment will match your thoughts. But if I'm able to overcome trauma, my environment overcomes it as well. And therefore everybody that I attract into my environment becoming aspects of myself and my own energy. I need y'all to keep in mind. We're on a path of elevation, building our soul. Many people that's regular human beings do not care about these types of things. If you're watching this video or even watch this long, you're on the right path. In the sense of trying to build your soul. Because you're on a quest for knowledge. Doesn't matter which channel you watch. The fact of the matter is you're on a quest for knowledge. Therefore the knowledge will come to you. Because you generated that thought that created for you to even receive this video. In the same way we can be on a quest for knowledge, we can be on a quest for love too. But you gotta realize that love starts within. See, this is another major F up that a lot of people may do on the quest of love. They're chasing it. You know, to chase something, that means you don't have it. Why am I chasing it if I have it already? Why don't I chase someone else's love that's theirs? They can only choose to give me what belongs to them or choose to withhold it from me. That is not my choice. That's their choice. So when it comes to me, I don't chase love. I become love. And then I attract it. You are what you attract. To become love, you are what you eat. So feed yourself love. And I mean yourself, your person, your being outside of worldly circumstance. The man in the mirror, who you see when you look yourself in the eyes in the mirror. Feed that being with love. And watch how the universe feeds you love back. Because you will become love by feeding yourself that. And therefore you will attract it. And love comes in many forms, and not all love is good love. So this is where you have to use your discernment. So with that being said, a lot of people look for themselves in other people. As a man, you're supposed to find a woman that are aligned to you and your thought process. As a woman, you're supposed to find a man whose thought process that you really mess with, that you really can vibe with, and accept their process. Men are mental. Our thought process comes from source. Your power of creation comes from source. That's what separates us. There's no separation. It's just a balance in powers. We produce, y'all reproduce. We produce a thought, give it to a woman, and she sells that thought into something greater than we can imagine. Same thing with our seed, because our thoughts in a physical form is our semen, our sperm. We have sex, become one flesh, you take on my ancestry through that sperm, my thoughts, my spirits. And you manifest it as a human being. You'll manifest it as a human being. That's beautiful. That's creation. That's reproduction. But the thought first had to come from somewhere. Think even deeper than that. Because you're more than just one person. You're a temple of spirits. You are the soul that operates this temple of spirits. Like a cell phone, how cell phones come with their own programming before a program what we put on it. You come with your own programming in this temple. That's your DNA. This is the word of God in you. That's your ancestors. That is your natural self. Anything extra is the programming from the matrix. That's like the different apps we put on cell phones. If your phone breaks, you just take the SIM card out and put it in another one. The SIM card is like the brain. So let's get more technical. You are the signal that hits the SIM card. The satellite is the stars. Star systems that is your science, nature. You are the blueprint of all these different star systems that are the constellational energies that we consider our placements in the zodiac. In other words, you're literally the consciousness of this universe in a physical form. And these star systems or planetary bodies are actually parts, or they are actually deities that house in these beings. These star systems are living beings. As above, so below. We are deities in a combination of different astrological deities in the flesh. The same deities we pray to. That's what we are. But only when we cleanse ourselves of the low energies that prevent the God-like deities that is our higher nature to embody our vessels. You can let the parasites run it, and the parasites come through media and traumas and sex through low energies. Or you can let your deities and your ancestry run it from within, because you are your ancestors. To attract your best self, you have to be your best self. A 300-pound woman is not going to find a man that hits the gym every day. Because her energy is insecure with my body. His energy is secure with my body. Those energies will clash. She might find a skinny dude. Why? Because he's insecure about him being small. The energy that they will bind off of is weight insecurity. She may be fat, he may be skinny. Now, confidence and insecurities do not mix. They clash. To the insecure person, a confident person seems cocky. You get where I'm going? And when you mix yourself with energies that do not align, you will always be at war with energies that are not natural to you. Until you choose to move yourself out of that field. You know, it's just that real. I'm not gonna keep this video too long. I just wanted to drop y'all something new under my new setup. Doja Life TV. Like, subscribe, hit the cash out. Shit, share my stuff. Cause I'm about to start going live on y'all asses. Question and answers. All types of stuff. Patreon. Twitch. I got a Twitch too now. But until I'm done fixing and setting everything up, I'm not going to disclose all that information just yet. So, I just want y'all to be aware. It's up now. And I'm doing the necessary things for myself to build myself so I'm able to bring this knowledge to y'all. Because me, I channel this energy. I get it from source. I channel it the same way that y'all can. I just don't feed my mind with a bunch of foolishness that will push the good shit out. Your brain can only house so much energy. You can only house so much intelligence, even though your soul knows all. So depending on what you choose to pay attention to and pay your attention to on TV and all that, let's say you erase all that and only feed yourself good stuff from divine. Then your mind is divine. It's like a bucket of water. I could pull it up with gold or I could fill it up with shit. But one has to come out for the other one to go in. You feel me? Some people are balanced with this physical programming and then astrological programming. And that's just regular peoples. Or we got us divine ones that get rid of this physical programming and fill ourselves with that gold. You get what I'm saying? That divine knowledge. It don't even house any low energies. So that we're able to rise and speak and see from the same perspective of a shaman or a godlike being, or a being that's just in alignment with soul, with consciousness that's divine. So I say all that to say, I'm not saying all this stuff to become a leader of anybody. All I'm trying to do is snatch off your blindfolds so that y'all can see for yourself. So the blind, instead of the blind leading the blind, all y'all become leaders of your own nation. And you're able to liberate yourselves. You don't need a teacher if your teacher is your soul. I'm just trying to help you see your soul. But anywho, I do this because I love y'all. Doja Life TV. Like, subscribe, share, hit that share button, hit the share button, hit the share button, and hit the share button, and hit the share button times 1,000. Hit that bitch. Because I got a computer now. I need to get live. Y'all gotta help me get at least twice as much subscribers than what I got. Twice. That's not a lot. Just give me up to 1,000. And then you gonna see some funny shit like Boosie on this bitch. So anywho though. Doja Life TV. Peace, fam.